According to a 2018 survey by Centre for a Better Tomorrow, 60% of Malaysians scored our police force as untrustworthy. This trust deficit in our police probably comes from seeing headlines like these, alleging police officers being linked to deaths in custody, violence, corruption, and even kidnapping. So maybe our police need policing. But how? The police are the people who investigate wrongdoing according to laws of the land. That puts them in a position of power when it comes to law and order, which makes it difficult to hold them accountable when they commit wrongdoing. So what happens in instances when police officers use their powers for bad? Apparently, most times, they get off scot-free. A 2014 Human Rights Watch report showed that over 4,000 police misconduct cases were reported over 7 years, from January 2005 to May 2012. Only 32% of those cases were referred to the Attorney General's office for prosecution, and only a quarter of those actually made it to court. So that's 68% of that 4,000 cases still pending investigation in the report. That's why the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes' Handbook on Police Accountability, Oversight and Integrity recommends a system of internal and external checks and balances. These mechanisms are aimed at ensuring that police carry out their duties properly and are held responsible if they don't. The good news? Malaysia has a system in place. We have the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, the Public Officers Conduct and Discipline Regulations, the Enforcement Agency Integrity Commission, and the Police Force's own Integrity and Standard Compliance Department. The bad news? It's not working.
Currently, AAIC is in charge for 19 other agencies, and this will not be ideal. AAIC is underfunded and understaffed, and so they are not able to undertake their responsibilities in an effective manner. Majority of the complaints even that AAIC receives is in respect of the police. It would be better if we have a body just to look into police complaints alone.
With that in mind, it's pretty good news that Bukit Aman has finally agreed to the implementation of a police oversight body called the Independent Police Complaints and Misconduct Commission, or IPCMC. The IPCMC was among the 125 recommendations made by a Royal Commission of Inquiry, formed in 2004 after a spate of police brutality allegations. It was also promised in the Pakatan Harapan's election manifesto.
It will be an agency set up essentially to police the police. So in that sense, it will be more transparent, more independent. This, I believe, will enhance the integrity of IPCMC and also help improve the public perception of the police authorities.
Yay! Problem solved. But before we celebrate, we still don't know what the new IPCMC bill is going to look like. What it should look like is a bill with clauses that allow the IPCMC greater powers than the EAIC. It's not enough to just have a body to receive complaints about the police. We need an independent body that actually works.
IPCMC preferably should be an independent commission with oversight by the Parliament, given financial assistance and human resource. The other important element is prosecutorial powers. This will give more bite to IPCMC compared with the EAIC.
Whatever the final IPCMC Act looks like, it's good to remember that it isn't a standalone silver bullet that will magically solve all issues related to police discipline. The UNOCD handbook assigns responsibility to all segments of society. It's got internal oversight, which means Bukit Aman's Integrity and Standard Compliance Department has to supervise, evaluate, and act on situations based on its professional judgment. The handbook also includes state institutions, including the executive, which would be the Home Ministry, legislature, which would be the parliamentary committees, and the judiciary. These parties are supposed to develop legislation, operational guidelines, and policies. In this case, the creation of the IPCMC. And then we've got institutions and oversight bodies themselves, like the actual IPCMC. And to help ensure it does its job, the public. That's you! Members of the public, civil society organizations, academics, and the media, that's us, all play the incredibly important role of communicating expectations and filing complaints, amongst others. All these channels will lead to an enhanced police integrity and accountability, and that will lead to a healthy democracy.
The Independent Commission has an important role to ensure that the police force has got integrity and fairness and equity in its delivery.
The police make up the thin blue line that stands between a law-abiding society and anarchy. They just need a little bit of help from oversight committees and us citizens to ensure that bad cops are weeded out so good cops can do their jobs. Even as we're waiting for the IPCMC to become a reality, the EAIC is still able to receive complaints against police misconduct. Just go to eaic.gov.my to find out how.